Hello, and welcome back to Minecraft Hardcore, Episode 3. In today's episode, I'm going to be building a couple of the essential starter farms I need that will be really helpful for build projects in the future. Before getting into the video though, I just wanted to say thank you for the recent support on the last 2 episodes of the series. It means a lot to me and motivates me to keep making these videos. And with that, let's get right into the video. Now, one thing I haven't done since the beginning of the series is make a sheep pen. The only reason I'm doing it now is because I never really had a use for wool until now. This sheep right here, this is the only guy I've been shearing since the beginning of the world, and he's just been stuck here ever since. So I'm gonna give this guy a new home and also some new friends. Okay, for now, I'm just gonna put this guy in a hole, but I will give you a proper home soon, okay? Just hang in there, little buddy. Okay, come here. Okay, you can go in there for now. And I'll get you some friends in a second. I'll be back. Oh, but I've got you a new friend. Oh, wait, I just realized that part of the pen is literally just open. Huh. It's okay. And after breeding our 2 new sheep friends, it was then time to start preparing for the first farm I wanted to build in this episode. The first farm being the all-essential iron farm. And for this farm, I was going to need a couple of villagers, and so I headed over to the nearby village on my trusty horse, popped a few of the villagers into boats, and made a temporary area for them to start populating. Now, I only needed a couple of villagers for the iron farm, but during the process, I also wanted to get a small head start on trading. So I did a couple trades and got myself an efficiency 5 villager and a mending villager. For this series though, I'm going to be trying to keep the villager trading to a minimum as much as I can, mainly because villagers are laggy, and so I'm probably only going to be trading for the essential items. Now that I have a few of the villagers that I need, I'm going to start clearing out the area for the iron farm. But yes, for this iron farm, I'm going to be following a tutorial from Shulkercraft. I'll leave a link of the video tutorial that I'm using in the description, so you guys can also use this design if you need to. But yeah, I think the iron farm's going to go right here, so let's get building. Just quickly though, I did decide to make a small lava farm, just because I was running out of fuel very often, and this way I had as much lava as I needed for as much smelting as I needed. After clearing out the area a little bit, I was then ready to start work on the iron farm, and all I did was follow the tutorial. For all of my iron farms in the past though, I did use a different design, not this one. So I'd never actually used this design before, so I didn't really know how efficient it was. But in all honesty, an iron farm's an iron farm, and if it works, it works. Plus, this design was a lot smaller than the one that I used to use, so it was a lot easier to build around. And after getting the villagers into place, there were only a few more things that I had to do to get the iron farm fully functioning. Whee! And just like that, we now have a working iron farm. Yay! Now I don't have to worry about running out of iron for builds and redstone contraptions. I've got to make this chest a bit more easier to reach, but That'll be a lot easier when we have more iron to make more hoppers. I will have to get rid of this eventually, but for now it'll stay and it'll be in the background and be really ugly. But you know what else is ugly? The iron farm. It looks really disgusting, just floating there. So what I'm gonna do now is build the structure around it, and one thing I have to do for this structure in particular is make sure that— oh my god, a wandering trader! I'll get back. I'll get back to you. Basically, I have the mini block data pack on my world, and it's been 3 episodes now, and I haven't had a single wandering trader. And I was wondering, hey, why haven't I had them? It was probably because my data pack wasn't working, and so I reloaded or re-downloaded the data pack and reinserted it, and it's working now. So let's see what we have. Yeah, they literally just went spawning, but now we can get nice mini blocks. Oh, we have deep slate diamond ore. These are going to be really good for building, but the thing is I don't have emeralds, so I'm just going to have to put you in a hole for now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, now the llamas are after me. Ow, I'm so sorry. Cover your eyes. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to put you in a hole because I currently don't have emeralds. That's a work in progress at the moment at the villages over there. But you just stay nice and snugly there. Just don't despawn me. Anyway, that's exciting. I'm so glad that that's working now. It's been way too long and I hadn't had a wandering trader. And I got some leads from the llamas that I totally didn't kill. You can come out now, buddy. I'll put you next to my house. There we go. I need a name. If you guys have any name suggestions for my guy Horsey here. If you guys have any suggestions for what I should name Horsey over here, leave it down in the comments for me to read, and I'll choose one for the next episode. Anyway, as I was saying before I got very nicely interrupted by Wandering Trader over here. What was I saying? Something about this being ugly. It's ugly. That's literally it. Oh, right. Oh, right. The structure. Yes. One thing with this is I've got to make sure that the building is spawn proof, because especially the roofs and the insides of the buildings, that's a place where iron golems can spawn, and that'll basically ruin and break the farm. So I gotta make sure that the building that I have to build around it is spawn proof, and I think the only way that I can do that without making it look weird is through the use of string, which I don't think I have a lot of. And so, with that, it was time to gather materials. What am I looking at? Why do I feel like I've never seen a bat before? Is this not strange? What? Is that what bats normally look like? And so after about a couple hours of mining and gathering materials, it was finally time to start working on decorating the iron farm. One of the things I really wanted to do for these farms this episode was to make them nice to look at. In the past, my builds have either been hollow shells of buildings or just big mechanical farms, and those aren't really nice to look at. So, this episode I wanted to challenge myself to build a farm that was not only functional but also pretty. And I wanted to do that with all the farms that I was building today. And so with this first building, the one hiding the iron farm, I decided to go for a windmill. Because one, I thought, you know, this area would look really nice with a bunch of nice wheat fields and other different fields. And prior to this, I've not actually built a windmill before, and I wanted to have a go at it. You know, windmills are kind of one of those things where nearly everyone has built a windmill. It's like a Minecraft castle, everyone's built a castle. I haven't built a castle. Much like I haven't built a windmill. Anyways, I think I've spoken enough about this first farm. How about we speed things up a little? Cue the time-lapse. That was cringe. Why do I do this to myself? And just like that, we now have a completely decorated iron farm. It took a little while to decorate the outside of this thing, but don't mind the inside, I will fix this another time. But yeah, now we have a completely functional iron farm, and it's all spawn proof. All of the roofs and everything has string so that the iron golems can only spawn on the inside of the farm. On the outside of the windmill, we have some small details like this wheelbarrow. We have, of course, the massive wheat field. There's also carrots and potatoes in there, just to mix in that nice green color into the field. I added in a few trees and a small rosebush patch over here. And if you go up, we have the windmill itself. You got, obviously, the windmill part. I'm pretty proud of that design. I think it looks really nice. I extended the storage for the iron farm inside, but that's about all I did for the inside. There's not much space, and the space in here is a little awkward, so it's gonna be really difficult, but maybe I'll be able to do something, maybe just a small little room for the storage collection. But yeah, that's mostly it. I'll eventually do that, hopefully. One of my favorite parts is the solar panels. They're just daylight sensors, but yeah, there's like the solar panels I added to give it that kind of like solar punk vibe. It's kind of almost like a rustic solar punk, if that even makes sense. But yeah, and this path is going to lead towards our next farm, which is going to be right over here. I'm going to have to get rid of the nether pole and put it somewhere else, but yeah, I'm going to have to clear out the space here so that I have enough space for the next farm, which is going to be a moss farm. Now I'm going to get straight to work on the moss farm. Anyways, before getting to work on the moss farm, I went to go restock some materials first, and also grab some slime which I needed for the moss farm. Which definitely didn't take an hour, by the way. Anyways, then I started digging away to clear out the area for the moss farm. I then moved the cows and the sheep, and I just put them in a little box of dirt for now. It was honestly such a pain to do this much terraforming without a beacon, but it was worth it in the end. Wow, digging! It was then time to start outlining where I wanted the moss farm building to be so that I could put the moss farm itself in the area. For this farm, I'm using a moss farm designed by Pixel Riffs. I will leave his video down in the description below for all of you to watch. I then made a few tweaks to this farm, just like I did to the iron farm, just so that it would actually fit in the building, because this farm is actually quite big, and the space on the inside of the moss farm is actually quite small. Anyways, after making a collection system, I tested it out. And after testing it out once and making sure that the farm was completely functional, it was then time to start working on the building outside of the iron farm. Welcome back. Wait. And we are finally done with the moss farm. It took a while, and also the sheep and cows are very loud, so let's just end this clip and go. Let's just go over there. Okay. I still need to make a pen for these guys, because they're currently living like this, and I want to give them a home, but that'll be for another episode. Moving away from the loud animals. Now, the building for the moss farm is completely done. Well, it's not completely done. There's still definitely a lot of work in decorating this place to do. It's still very much a blank canvas, but for now, I think it's looking good. Let's go up here to show you what it looks like. Yeah, the two farms are now done. We have the iron farm over here, the nice windmill. It's on the other side, but yes. And the moss farm, I also added a little tree in there because I thought this place needed some decoration and I couldn't leave it completely bland, so I added a singular tree. We'll add more of these types of trees around the farm area over here. But yeah, I think my plan for this area actually is to make this area like a farm, like a ranch. I don't know, English is weird. But yes, I want this area to be a ranch. A ranch? In fact, I actually did have a third farm planned for this video, but I didn't have enough time. I want to get this video out, and I don't have time to make the third farm, but that'll hopefully come in another episode. But for now, we have the two farms, which I think are most important. The iron farm for all your necessary iron, your equipment, your redstone, anvils, because I want to build more. I used some anvils in the chimney over there. Anvils are great for building with. Yeah, but oh, hello. Excuse me, I'm trying to record. Thank you. Let's just have a little walk around, since I can't fly yet. We have the main front entrance. We have this nice large door. The inside is it's incomplete. All it has inside is the moss farm, and just imagine like episode 4 Minecraft Hardcore Let's Play, episode 4 interiors. Imagine. Anyway, the inside, it literally just houses my moss farm at the moment. It's mainly just a nice looking outside and then a farm on the inside, but hopefully I'll come up with something to build on the inside, and hopefully it'll look better than this. You know, I feel like anything will be better than what this looks like right now, but yeah, for now it's just a moss farm, and I can turn it on with the flick of a lever, and it outputs me moss. And you know, moss is good for fuel. It's good for my roofs in particular. I used a lot of moss in these 2 builds alone, and I plan to use a lot more of it, so having this farm will just help a lot. I hear a llama. I hear a wait. Why do I always get interrupted by wandering traders in my clips? Where is he? I hear him, but I don't see him. In fact, I don't hear him anymore. Are you down here? Oh, hello. Why are you here? What do you sell? I don't need anything from here, but you know, you can stay down there. Anyway, wandering trader aside, hopefully in a future episode we'll tackle the interiors of actually both of these buildings, and also hopefully build that second farm. Or wait, third farm. That third farm that I was planning. Hopefully that'll be in a episode in the future. Let's just go around the build. Yeah, we have the front entrance, and then you go around, we have these like little like outside roofed areas. I'm thinking I want to connect like this area to like maybe a few pens for the sheep and the cows. On the outside, you got the chimneys. We have more of the little solar panels. One thing that's really funny is that, well, some of them are on fence gates. When it turns nighttime, the fence gates open and they look kind of weird, but when it's day, it looks fine. Yeah, I think my favorite part of this is actually the chimneys. I should probably add more chimneys onto my builds, now that I think about it. I used the bottom of the bamboo. This bottom side is a lot lighter than the side. So yeah, I used that as a highlight instead, because the bamboo planks are very bright, and this is a lot more subtle. It's a very subtle difference, but I think it's a lot better. Oh yeah, I also added some darker shadows using some green terracotta and also some mossy cobblestone. I think what'll really elevate this even more is the bushes, the fields, the wheat fields, the animal pens, the trees, the pathways. That'll really enhance this even further, I think. But that is for another episode. But even just standing in this area, it's very pretty. And I honestly can't wait to, you know, make the entire area of this like branch place area thing to look as pretty as it does over here. What I want to do for the last thing in this episode is to actually mine these diamonds that I got down in the mines when I was collecting string in the mine shaft. Diamonds. I want to see how many we get. Let's see how many we get, okay? And oh, we're one short of a stack. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. This episode did take me way longer than I expected to make. You know, with all the building, with all the planning, with all the gathering materials. And if you're still watching the video now, I assumed you liked the video, so I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a like. You know, if you want to see more of this content, more of this series, maybe even consider subscribing. You know, it's right there. It's right next to the like button. Anyways, I have a lot of plans for what I want to do with this area and more builds in the future. But yeah, hope you stick around. I will see you next time for the next episode. Hopefully it won't take as long as this one did to make. I keep speaking. Just end the video. Okay, goodbye.